Do it early. Don't leave it to the last minute.
Yeah, don't go over budget. Shop on Boxing Day.
Depends on who you're buying it for.
Yeah, make a Christmas list and a budget, and don't go over your budget.
You should save money for the whole year, because I know a lot of my friends, they can't get hours around Christmas and stuff, so then you don't have money left over, and then you're like screwed and you have to buy your family like cheap presents. So if you put money away all year, then you can go on like a holiday shopping spree. That's what I do.
Shop early. Do not be that person who does their Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve, because it's just total chaos.
We have a bunch of them. Most specifically, we have one around Christmas almost that happens on the winter solstice, depending on back at home when it happens. It's usually either the 20th of December or the 21st.
On Christmas Eve, everyone opens one gift from under the tree.
Because, like, winter solstice is known for its longest night of the year. So we stay up for the whole night doing like traditional things, like eating certain things that are symbolic for that night.
A holiday tradition that we have in our family is we do this puzzle of Santa's workshop every Christmas Eve on the night before, and we open one present. We open pajamas, and then we wear them that night, and then we wear them for the Christmas morning as well. We don't get to change.
It's kind of like a family gathering, almost like a Thanksgiving, except that all of this happens overnight.
My favorite holiday tradition probably has to be being around my family and lighting candles for Hanukkah. It's a great time to be with your family and just to kind of be together after a long day of work or at school.
So every year since I was little, my family would like sponsor another family in the community and get them like Christmas presents and stuff. So you get like a profile of how old the kids are and what kind of things they like, what their interests are, and then you like fill up Christmas presents for them and then you donate them there. And usually the families that were sponsored, depending on what program you do, they all come together and have a Christmas party and they get to open your gifts and stuff. It's pretty cool. I don't really know, because I know my parents were doing it when my sister was little, so like before I was even born, and like ever since I was younger. But I think it's just because they think it's like a good time that my family's fortunate to be able to have lots of presents and like holiday festivities, and we know that there are families who don't have the kind of same opportunity.
The night was giving like birth to the sun.
I have no idea. We've just always done that. My parents forced me to do it when I was little, so that's that.
The mother was in pain, so everyone around her, and this is like back in the olden times where there was not much technology, so the myth is that everyone had to stay around the mother, keep her entertained, feed her certain things until the son was born, which is like after the really long night. So I think that's how the myth goes, like something like that.
Well, considering that there is literally no Hanukkah movie, except one movie made by Adam Sandler, I'll have to say no. But if I have to go against my own culture, I'll have to say Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
My favorite holiday movie is probably Home Alone, but I also really like those cheap like made-for-TV movies where like a woman is like a workaholic and then she goes under a Christmas magic affects her, and then she realizes what her life would be like if she was like a stay-at-home mom. I know it sounds really specific, but there's actually like 500 Christmas movies with that exact plot line. I love to watch them all.
Can I actually change my answer?
Yeah, sure.
I prefer Fred Claus.
I think I'm kidding, but I'm not.
The Grinch,
Vince Vaughn is brilliant as Fred Claus.
because it's really family-oriented, so I like it.
Well, I guess I wouldn't say movie, I would say more of a book. Like, in that certain night, the winter solstice, we read this this book full of poetry written by this guy that they say that he tells fortunes.
I don't know. I feel like I'm spoiled. I feel like everything I've ever wanted, I've gotten. And I don't know.
One time, I think I was like 6, My dad set up this whole scavenger hunt for my sister and I around our whole house with like rhyming clues. So it like started under the Christmas tree and then we like followed it around the house. And then we got upstairs to like our TV room and he had bought us like new bikes that were sitting there. So it was really cool because we also got to do like a scavenger hunt and then we got an awesome present after. So it was really fun.
What did I receive? Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I used to receive lots of money, and that was always a good thing because you know how you're a kid when you get money and you get all excited for like buying lots of things, but before that you like drown yourself in all that money? Yeah, I used to do that.
When my parents bought me my first camera.
I remember one year when I think it was about grade 4, my parents on the first night of Hanukkah decided that instead of a gift, they would announce to us that my mother was pregnant with my baby sister, who is now 4 years old, which is probably the best gift I've ever received.
I gave my dog a really good toy one time, so I'm not a very good gift giver.
Got him this like book. So when we were like younger and we used to hang out, we'd always like make lists of our favorite things, like your top 10 favorite singers or whatever. And he's really into music, so I got him this book that was like, it's called Music Listography, and it gives you like prompts to make a list of like your favorite singers, like your favorite songs for going to sleep to or something.
It was a bone for my dog.
Hopefully he didn't hate that gift. It will be super embarrassing for me.